Hey, what is going on, guys? It's xMrAlchemy, and today we're playing a game of domination on Overflow, and this is a little bit different because it's a league play gameplay, and my final score was, I believe, 39-12, which for league play is pretty good, especially when you're going against another party of 3 or 4 people. This isn't a score I would normally post in a regular pub match, but I really wanted to talk strategy this game and post this to show what kind of things you need to do, especially when you're playing a more competitive game. And not even 20 seconds into this match, I get shock charged already, and at that point I could already tell that it was going to be just one of those games. And the first round, the first half of the first round, we actually get stomped on pretty hard, and then we catch back up and we end up winning in the end. But I hop on B here. This game I was using Flak Jacket, Scavenger, and Dexterity with the Vector. On the Vector I was using the Quick Draw attachment and FMJ, and it ended up working out really well for me. I'm using all my equipment. The reason I'm only using 3 perks is because in Domination, I feel like the best thing you can do is have all your equipment like stuns and nades. That way if you ever need to nade a flag, you're able to, and you're not restricted by having 5 perks or 6 perks. My kill streaks are UAV, Lightning Strike, and Orbital VSAT. Looking back on this game, I kind of regret not running something more beneficial to my team. Obviously, the UAV and the VSAT are very beneficial, but I could have used something in place of the Lightning Strike, like the counter UAV. That would have been a little bit more of a help, but you know, I'm not too regretful about it because we ended up winning this game. The main thing with domination and any kind of objective-based game mode, and I don't know how I didn't kill that guy. What is that? I had to watch that kill cam because I could have sworn that I should have won that gunfight. But right here they 3-cap us, and they hold the 3-cap for quite some time, and at this point I kind of had a feeling we were going to lose as I pick up a nice little 2-piece there. But the main thing in objective game modes is that you have to have map control. In a game mode like Kill Confirmed or Team Deathmatch, especially if it's a pub, to be honest, it's kind of hectic. The spawns flip so fast. There's not really an exact designated spawning point like there is in Domination. So when you're playing a game like this, you really have to have map control in order to win, because it's the most important thing, especially in Domination. You can get away with it and capture the flag and I don't know, maybe search and destroy. I don't know if that's in League Play or not, but this is actually the first League Play game I played, or maybe the second. But you can kind of get away without having map control in some game modes, but Domination is one that it just really counts. And I try to hop on B here, and this guy in the building picks me off. But in this map, it's the most beneficial. You need to have a couple people controlling and what's the word I'm looking for? Patrolling the sides. And you need to have control of the middle, because obviously that's where the B flag is. But at the same time, there are 2 windows overlooking B. And if you don't have control of those 2 windows, it's very difficult to try and cap B and come back from a deficit like we are now. You see that we have C, and watch this. There were 2 guys in that building, one sitting in a corner. I was a little upset about that. But we have C, but they're doubling our score. We need to do something, and the main thing that we're calling out to each other to try to do, as I get taken out there, is take control of the middle. So we cap A and C, and I call out right here. I said, okay, just hold A and C. We can keep these 2 flags if we stay at them. There's no reason to try and everybody rush B if they're just going to try and counter cap if we go for the B flag. So I get a nice little pickup on C here. There are a couple guys trying to flank. And that's also one thing you want to watch out for, is people trying to flank when you have a lead, or if you have a 2-cap going. Obviously, that's something you yourself want to do if you're down. Let's say you're just having a lot of trouble getting on B, and we get a nice 3-cap here and hold it for a while. But let's say you're having a lot of trouble getting to B. There's nothing wrong with flanking and taking their spawn flag. A lot of people think that's going to flip the spawns, but they'll just start spawning at B. And this room right here is extremely beneficial to have. It's right by B. You're patrolling almost A and C. You're right in the middle of A and C, and you have a direct viewpoint of B. And you'll see that in the later rounds, I kind of stick around this area of the map because I know that this is where I need to be to control this side of the map to help my team get the B flag. And these guys were pretty pissed off after the first round. Apparently we were trashed because we were using submachine guns. I understand that the subs are a little bit better than the assault rifles, but this is kind of a CQB map. with all the buildings and all the alleyways, like where, you know, where I'm looking now, the only thing that really you need to use an assault rifle for would be the middle. But if you stay out of the middle and stick to the edges of the map, and right here, I've been doing that a lot in this game. For some reason, my R2 button's really sensitive, and I'll stop talking so you can hear this guy. Just listen for a second.
Use an assault rifle. You guys are trash.
Use it. Yeah, you're complaining because I'm not using it.
So the guy is saying that basically we're trash for using subs and not assault rifles, but that's his own problem. He could have pulled out a submachine gun anytime he wanted. So going into this second round, we have a lead, which is quite the feat considering what just happened. We were down by quite a bit, and right here at the beginning of the round, we're all calling out. We're just saying, don't go straight for B. We need to kill him, you know, push ahead a few times. I get a really nice 4-piece here. Kill those two guys, and then kill those two guys right by each other. And I told them, I said, I'm putting a lightning strike on B. Go ahead and push up. So they pushed up on B, and I'm sitting here holding down this middle window because I know that they're going to try to come up here. And I saw that guy, apparently he stopped moving for a second. He had ghosts, but I saw him on a split second for the UAV, and I get my VSAT, which is vital in a game like this where you're playing against other competitive players in a really tight game like this. I mean, we're only up by 4 points. They can, you know, come back and turn the game around at any time. So getting a VSAT was pretty big. That allows us to solidify our lead and solidify the spawn trap. Unfortunately, they start spawning behind us a little bit. And I think I get taken out here by a guy with a death machine, which sucked. I was going on a nice streak, and I had a lot of momentum going. And what that guy should have done is probably gone into one of the middle buildings overlooking B and taken control of the middle with the death machine, but instead he tries to flank. Not a bad decision, but considering the circumstances, I mean, he's going to win every gunfight he's in unless he just has terrible aim with the death machine. I pick up a guy on B there. And when you get momentum like this, when your party is, you know, you guys are on a roll, you're going on your kill streaks, and you finally get a lead like this, you want to keep that going as long as you can. That's really important. And you know, we're sitting here, and yes, we were calling out, we were trying to, you know, to win because these guys were bitching about, you know, the way we were playing and what guns we were using, which is a poor excuse, to be honest. It's just an excuse to cover up the fact that we played better than they did. And that's not to say that these guys were bad players. They were actually, you know, for the most part, they knew what they were doing, and they had organized caps, and they 3-capped us for a while. But to say that we were using better guns than them and use that as an excuse, it's just kind of sad. But basically what I'm doing here is holding down this area of the map, like I said earlier, basically just to make sure that they can't come around this side of the map and flank, because I know that if they take control of that B room I talked about earlier, which I call paint room or money room, it doesn't really matter, it's kind of like a bank looking room. If they take control of that building, then they have an easier shot at taking B. So I'm trying to lock down that midpoint and make sure that they're not going to take control of the map again. And at this point I wasn't too worried about it because there's only I think that says a minute left in the game, and we were up by 40, so there was honestly no way they could win. And I'm still I was just going on a tear at this point in the game. But as I was saying earlier, we're not sitting here sweating. We're not like trying so hard, but we are calling out. We're making sure that we know where the other people on the other team are. I was playing with Gunner, DJ, Ova, and who else was I playing with? Oh, Dave Bogner. Pretty solid team. We ended up coming out on top, and I think DJ and I had the 2 top scores, so really helped out the team win. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this more strategic commentary. If you want to hear more of these, let me know, and I will do my best. They may not always be competitive gameplays like this one, but I will do my best. I actually mute DJ there. I would do my best to try and get competitive gameplays or something that is at least a little bit competitive, so you can see the the action. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you later.
Yeah, because we're actually good.